Section B goes from my marker turn signal flasher light to the rear of my tractor. So my marker turns flasher light is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. It's amber in color and it's clean. My mirror and my mirror mount are both properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. My steps are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. There's no oil, grease, or debris on my steps, which will make it unsafe to enter my vehicle. My door handle are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. It opens and it closes properly. Inside my door is my weather stripping for my door. It's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. There are no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays, and it's not leaking. Inside my door are my door hinges. They're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. Here's my fuel tank and my fuel cap. They're both properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. It's not leaking, and the cap is on tight. If you look straight up, I have my DOT reflectors, which are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. They're clear in color and they're clean. Here's my catwalk steps, and here's my catwalk. They're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. They're not missing any hardware. There's no oil, any grease, or debris on my steps or my catwalk to make it unsafe to step up. Here's my frame and here's my cross member. They're both properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. There are no illegal holes or welds on my frame or my catwalk. Underneath my tractor is my exhaust. It's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. There's no black soot that will indicate any rust in my exhaust. Next to my exhaust is my drive shaft. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. My shaft isn't bent or twisted. Behind my shaft, the knuckle here is my universal joint. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. As I move out, right here where I see airliner here, and I see airliner right there, those are my front and rear leaf spring mounts. They're properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. Underneath of my leaf springs, they're properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. My leaf spring isn't broken or shifted. Behind my leaf spring, my U-bolts. Bolts are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. There's no shiny threads or any rust on my bolts that will indicate looseness or any cross thread. To my brake system, I have my brake chamber, which is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. My C-clamp is properly mounted and secure, not bent, cracked, or broken. Not missing any hardware. It is not leaking as well. My brake hoses are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. There are no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays, and they're not leaking. On your drive axle on your tractor, my push rod and my slack adjuster are inverted. They're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. Here I have my airbag and my airbag mount. They're both properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. There are no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays, and it's not leaking. I also have my shock absorber. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. Moving out, I have my brake drum and my brake lining inside my tire. They're properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. My brakes are not worn dangerously thin. There's no oil, any grease, or debris on my brake drums or linings. My tires are evenly worn across. I have 2/32 of tread depth in each groove. They're properly seated to my rim. They're properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. They're not missing any hardware. There are no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays, and they're not leaking. In between here is my bud spacing. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It shows that my tires are evenly spaced. There's no oil or any foreign debris in my bud spacing. My rim is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. There are no illegal holes or welds on my rim or any rust trails. In the front, we had a hub oil seal. On our drive axle, we have an axle seal. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. My lug nuts are all properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. There's no sign of any rust or shiny threads that would indicate any looseness or cross-threading. My valve stem is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware, and it's not leaking. To check it, I would insert a tire gauge to check to see if I had the recommended tire pressure. As we come back, my mud flaps are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. My DOT reflective tape, which is red and white in color, covers 100% of my mud flap. My mud flap has no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays. My mud flap covers 100% the width of my tires and 50% of the length, and it's not touching my tires. If we move up a little bit, my splash guard is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not missing any hardware. There are no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rots, or frays. So as we come under the tractor, my reflectors are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. They're red in color and they're clean. My marker, turn, flasher, brake lights are properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not missing any hardware. They're red in color and they're clean.